So today we're going to go over a couple of examples of how to add and subtract functions. So for this first example, f of x is 3x plus 8, and g of x is 6x plus 4, and we're going to add these two functions. We're going to find f of x plus g of x. So to do this, we're going to take what f of x is, which is 3x plus 8, and plug it in here. We're going to take what g of x is, which is 6x minus 4, plug it in here, and then we're going to combine like terms and simplify. So, f of x plus g of x. F of x is 3x plus 8, so that's going to go here, plus g of x, which is 6x minus 4, that's going to go there. So that's the first step, is just plugging in what the functions actually are. Now what we're going to do is figure out what our like terms are and combine those. So my like terms are going to be 3x and 6x, and then a positive 8 and a negative 4. So we're going to combine those. 3x and 6x, that's going to be 9x. 8 minus 4 is still a positive 4. So f of x plus g of x is going to equal 9x plus 4. I can't do anything else because these are not like terms, so I can't combine them. There's nothing else for me to plug in, so this is where I stop. Next, we're going to take a look at how to find f of x minus g of x. Okay, f of x minus g of x. It's the same idea. We're going to plug in 3x plus 8 here. We're going to plug in 6x minus 4 here. But the subtraction sign in the middle is going to change the signs of that second function. So let's just go ahead. 3x plus 8, that gets plugged in here. And then 6x minus 4 gets plugged in here. The only thing we need to do is bring this subtraction sign down. When I bring this subtraction sign down, I have to understand that I'm subtracting all of g of x. Not just the 6x, but I'm subtracting everything that goes here. So I need to subtract this whole thing. When I subtract the whole thing, that means this subtraction sign gets put on the 6x and on the negative 4. So this stays the same. I have 3x plus 8. Now I have negative 6x. Negative times a negative becomes positive 4. And once I'm here, it's the same deal. I'm going to find my like terms. I'm going to combine them, and that's going to be that. So my like terms are a positive 3x and a negative 6x, and a positive 8 and a positive 4. So 3x minus 6x, that's going to be negative 3x. 8 plus 4, that's going to be a positive 12. So f of x minus g of x is going to be negative 3x plus 12. Change up these functions. So I now have f of x is x squared and g of x is x plus 11. I'm going to find f plus g of 3. Okay, so we're combining a couple things. We're going to add two functions together, but we're also going to evaluate that combined function at 3. The first part's the same. I have f plus g. So f comes first. F is x squared. And plus g. G is x plus 11. The only thing that's different is I have this 3 here. This 3 means that wherever I see an x, I need to plug in 3. So that's what I'm going to do. Plug in a 3 there, and 1 right there. So I'm going to have 3 squared plus 3 plus 11. The parentheses are just to show that I plugged them in. 3 squared is 9, so I have 9 plus 3 plus 11. That's going to be 12 plus 11. That's going to be 23. So f plus g 3 equals 23. And that's my answer. The difference here, the reason that this is an actual number, instead of leaving our answer as x plus something or x minus something, we don't have an x here, we don't have a variable because we were asked to plug in 3 into our x spots, so into our variables. So that's why this answer is an actual number. Okay. Let's try g minus f. So g minus f. And we'll try this where x equals 2. Now, the way I wrote it here, it's the same as writing g of x, or sorry, it would be g of 2 minus f of 2. These two things are the same, they're just written differently, but they literally mean g minus f, g minus f, and wherever you see an x, you plug in a 2. And again, wherever you see an x, you plug in a 2. So they literally mean the same thing, they're just given to you in a different format. We're going to stick with that first one. So g minus f of 2. G comes first. G is x plus 11, and f is x squared. Remember, I'm subtracting, so I need to subtract all of f. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in a 2 anywhere I see an x. Okay. So I have 2 that got plugged in, plus 11 minus 2 squared. Remember, we're subtracting this. So I have 2 plus 11 minus 2 squared is 4. And then 2 plus 11, that's going to be 13. 13 minus 4, that's going to be 9. So g minus f of 2 is going to be 9. That's going to be the answer. Okay, that is how you add and subtract functions.